Closed doors, I'm a fool for your love.
Hey everybody, my name is Forbidden Skies. Welcome to my channel, and hit the like button and subscribe for future content that will be provided. I hope you enjoy the video. This video is veteran cloudrest. We're going to be adding one boss to the final boss, and in this trial I am the kite healer, and I am wearing elemental catalyst and spell power cure. I'm making sure to apply LA Drain to all the ads, which is the Creeper, the Monstrosity, and the Logress. The tank will take a hold of the Monstrosity, bring it onto the Creeper, and that way we can burn it really quickly. One tank will hold the bird, which is the griffin, and then one tank will be holding the mini, and then one tank will be kiting, which I'll show the other tank where to kite here in this video, so you'll be able to see where to stand. Now on the griffin, it does, even the light attacks will put a bleed on you, and it can do around 20 stacks. We've tested it. So you might want to be careful, make sure you have a really good healer if you decide to take a bunch of stacks. Right here is where you're going to be stacking as the off tank, and as you can see I have Horror Frost. I dropped it. There's 3 Horror Frosts. The second one you need to drop out of group. First and second one you need to drop out of group. The third one you can drop in group, but you need to make sure it's the third one, so it's best to keep count. So like the first one usually forms generally someone on group, could be the off tank. You know, it's kind of random on who it spawns on. And then after that, you just kind of keep track of, you know, where you drop it, and then the second person will call, you know, dropping ice 2, and then ice 3 can be dropped inside group. And you want to make sure not to hold the griffin and the mini too close together, because as you can tell they were both red. That means they were enraged. And there's going to be shards that come up that you'll want to send down to the stairs or downstairs below. That way they can kill downstairs really quick. What happens is there's crystals down below, and they kill them, and it sends these little shards up top. So what you do is you synergize it, it sends the shard down below, and then they're able to take like an orb and take it to that shard, and they synergize the shard. I'm sorry, they synergize the orb, and then they can drop it on the shard, and then that way it completes the downstairs. An easy way to keep elemental catalyst procced is by light attacking. Of course, I'm running a lightning staff with a frost enchant, and then also a resto staff with a fire enchant. It's just a simple way of proccing the elements by just doing a quick light attack every 4 seconds. Well, you know, you make sure you want to light weave, but the ranged light attacks are bugged, so if you noticed that you can actually physically see all the light attacks, they should be fixing that on December 2nd.
So I'ma keep deep diving just to see where you hiding. And if you aren't in the sea, I just wait until I dream just to see if I can find you. Where are you now?
There's meteors that this boss passes out. If you stack your meteors, you will kill each other. You want to make sure to keep a safe distance away from your friend. That way you're not killing each other with the meteors. There was a double stack. That's what occurred on this. Alright, and we are killing Galenwae just now, and we are moving on to Sororia because we are adding Relequen to the final boss. Each mini boss does have ads before it, so of course it's a rinse and repeat. We are going to be killing the ads before initiating the boss. This fight is Sororia, which adds a fire AoE under your feet. 3 or more do have to stack together in order to initiate this mechanic. So whenever you see the fire AoE, then you'll stack up like what's happening right now. You'll stack within that AoE to mitigate the damage, and that way your fellow friend does not die. If you notice that circle that I just took damage from, you can actually block that AoE, but the gust that happen, like little circles that come in a line, it's best to avoid those. So kind of like walk in between them or something, because those will actually kind of stun you. So in this fight, as long as you keep stacking with your friend to catch the fire AoEs, you're good to go and you can pass this boss. This is where you teach your group how to stack. Alright, and we're killing Sororia now, and then we'll be following with Zamasu with Relequen. Generally on this fight, we will have the portal teams go to left creeper, and then the rest of the group go to right creeper. One tank will take one monstrosity, the other tank will take the other monstrosity and group it on the right.
your man a minus. My team blowing on that slam. Make you cough, cough, that's bronchitis. Put your hands up. It's a stick up, no more makeup. Get that ass on the floor, ladies. Put your lipstick up. Double entendre, double entendre. Why you hating? I get money, then I double up conquers. I know who you came here to see. If you a freak, then you come on with me. And I know what you came here to do. Now bust it open, let me see you get loose. It's going down for real.
That's what happens when the monstrosity gives you painful. That's why it's very important for the tanks to take aggro of the monstrosities right away. When starting the Zamasu fight, you want to make sure not to bash. That way you can push out as much DPS as possible before the mechanics actually start, such as orbs, darkness. We're doing Relequen, so bar swap. If you were doing Sororia, fire. If you're doing galenwae, ice. As you can tell, we just got orbs, so from here on out, you can bash the boss if he's doing his attacks. Portal 1 just came up, so you have 2 DPS assigned to go downstairs with 1 tank. That tank would put LE Drain on all of the crystals, and if it's a DK, one ability that I like it's pretty nice, it's Ash Cloud. It will actually help prevent the ads from coming up, or it helps most of them keeps most of them from coming up, and also chaining them to you while downstairs. It works the same as upstairs. You want to make sure to bash it, taunt it, keep it on the tank. If you saw there was a little electricity coming from me, that's the sign that I was getting bar swap. So then you want to make sure that you're on a bar that you do not want to be on, which I made sure I was on my back bar while I was getting the bar swap. And then I switched over to my bar that I wanted to be on once I got the official bar swap. And then once the portal is done, you will have 1 monstrosity. You want to take it to the boss. That way you're putting extra DPS on the boss at the same time as killing the monstrosity. Now, as you saw before, whenever I died, it does this little attack where it kind of puts this little thing up, and then that's like heavy attacks you. That does put like a healing debuff on you if you're a tank. So you want to be careful of that. And then there's Portal 2. So then you cannot go down if you went down in Portal 1 on Veteran cloudrest. You might be able to do it on normal, but you can't on Veteran. So you have another set, a different tank other than the one that went before, and then 2 different DPS other than what went before. Now, of course, everybody that's in the trial do have the options of going downstairs. So you always want to make sure to have at least a heal on your bar in case you're called on for backup. Because if somebody dies in portals, you want to make sure that you're ready to go ahead and, go downstairs, kill the crystals if you have to kill any crystals, or just run the orbs into the shards. Whichever way, your job is very important. And if you saw that blue light that went into the sky, that's what signifies someone else having bar swap. If you get it and you're not sure that you have it, your screen will be blue. And you will also have a little thing on your buff bar showing that you have it as well. Now, if you watch my buff bar, you see that little blue thing on the very end of my buff bars. That's showing that I have the bar swap. As you can see, now it's gone. And as you can also see, it's gone from around my body too. There's a few different indicators that'll show you that you no longer have the bar swap. That way you don't accidentally bar swap and kill your grip. As you can tell, I'm getting it again. It's gone. I can now bar swap freely. And as I'm getting shards, I'm calling shard 1, shard 2, shard 3. There are going to be a sequence of 3 shards. No more, no less. And sometimes people will grab the shards without telling you. But they need to be able to call it, that way you're not sitting there wondering if you're still waiting on a shard. And the best way to do this trial is by using 2 Swift Jewelry and 1 Arcane. Or you can actually run like 1 Swift and run the Steed Mundus. Like the Mundus I'm currently using is the Healing Mundus, the Ritual Mundus. As you can see, that little AoE that's following me, that's Crushing Darkness. You want to make sure that that is on you as a kite healer and not someone on the group. So you always want to make sure you are the furthest one out. This was the most that I've actually died inside VCR, to be honest. Like my champion points was set up correctly, but I think it was just a bad night for some reason.
I'm a savage, attitude nasty. Talk big shit, but my bank account match it. Hood, but I'm classy. Rich, but I'm ratchet. Haters kept my name in their mouth, now they gagging. Bougie. He say the way that thing move is a movie. I told that boy we gotta keep it lowly, me the room key. I done bled the block and now it's hot, bitch, I'm Tunchi. I'm mood and I'm moody. I'm a savage. Classy, bougie, ratchet. Sassy, moody, nasty. Acting stupid, what's happening? What's happening? Bitch, I'm a savage. Classy, bougie, ratchet. Sassy, moody, nasty. Hacking, stupid, what's happening? Bitch, what's happening?
Hips tick tock when I dance. On that demon time, she might start her OnlyFans. Big B and that B stand for bands. If you wanna see some real ass, baby, here's your chance. I say left cheek, right cheek, drop it low and swing. Texas up in this thing, put you up on this game. I be parking my frame, gang, 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 gang. If you don't jump to put jeans on, baby, you don't feel my pain. Please don't give me hype, write my name in ice. Can't argue with these lazy bitches, I just raise my price. I'm a boss, I'm a leader, I pull up in my 2-seater, and my mama was a savage. Nigga got this shit from Tina, I'm a savage, yeah. Classy, bougie, ratchet.
If you see the creepers, they do take priority. However, orbs take most priority. So it goes orbs, creeper, monstrosity, mini, the boss. That is the kill order of VCR.
She's a savage, no comparison here. I'ma flip my hair and look back while I twerk in the mirror. All this money in a room, think some scammers in here. I'm coming straight up out that third eye. Whip the whip like I stirred it. Wood grain, we swerving.
As you can tell, we didn't have anyone go down portal, but we still focused the creeper, the orbs, and the boss. That way, whenever we go into execute, it'll be a clean execute. Without any creepers or orbs floating around. Now this is execute. Tanks will take a lot of damage from Baneful, so they'll need to be healed out of it. So of course, altars down at all times, keep them refreshed. And make sure to keep your budding seeds and healing springs down at all times. Make sure to keep your frost cloak up. If you're going to be using trees, you can use trees as an extra heal. It's actually a pretty good heal in here. Of course, I use my warhorn, but trees is a good alternative if you have enough warhorns and execute. And so I'm trying to keep up, elemental catalyst, X, and spell power cure, and keeping up my altar, and keeping up everything during execute. As you can tell, I had bar swap. You want to make sure not to bar swap back too soon, or you will wipe a lot of people, and it could potentially, kill the whole group and wipe the whole team. And have to do the whole last fight all over again. During execute, you still kill the orbs and still kill the creeper. You'll have a mini tank kite the darkness behind where the boss was dead. And then you'll have 2 tanks basically switching off back and forth in front of the boss. Whenever one gets Baneful, then he can come into the group, get Baneful taken off, and then go back out while the other tank has aggro. As you can tell, there was an orb that collided. And that is Relequen and VCR. Hopefully you enjoyed the video, and please like and subscribe.